Hi, good morning. All right, so let's test the mic before we get in real quick. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me, please? Please let me know if you can hear me in the comments. Good morning, Gift. Welcome. All right. Okay, we'll start in a minute. Let's just give a few minutes for others to join in. All right. So we'll start exactly 9 in 1 minute's time. But anyways, welcome. First of all, the market is going crazy. London session is going crazy today. Um, the market is dropping massively on um, XXXUSD. So it's basically shattering all my setups and the things that I had planned for us today. They're just being shattered. All the setups that I'm looking at. It's not as if the setups are bad. First of all, one SL hit on AUD USD, and second of all, I had sell setups on many of these pairs, but we did not get priced. We were not able to get in. Now on Sunday, we did some breakdowns. We broke down some pairs on Sunday, and most of those pairs we broke down on Sunday, the analysis is playing out. But we are personally, I will not say we personally, I haven't been able to get in on any of those trades yet, but they are playing out. Um, the general overview of it is playing out as we projected that Sunday. So let's look at it, and then what we're going to do is we'll look at them, and then we'll now see how we can catch some re-entries on those trades, because the market is already spreading out. We are already the whole expansion has started already. There is no serious news, nothing is really happening, but there's high volatility in the market this morning, which is a trend movement actually. So let's start with the dollar index first of all. Let's climb back on the dollar index. Let me share my screen. All right, so I'm currently on the dollar index. Please let me know if you can see my chart. Please let me know in the comments if you can see my chart. If you can hear me and you can see my chart, I'm currently on the dollar index. Please let me know in the comment section so we can proceed. Okay, because we've been having challenges, some people seeing my chart and all of that. So please, I want to know if you can see it. Then you let me know. All right. Okay, so that's the confirmation I need. All right, so let's get back to it now. So this is what we have on the dollar index now. We projected all of these buys, yeah, right from our Sunday class. We knew that we wanted to buy, so hence we wanted to sell on GU, Euro USD, and then wanted to buy on USD CHF and the rest of them. But apparently, yesterday was what do you call it again? Yesterday was bank holiday in the US, so the market was not didn't really give us much move like that. I expected, yeah, we're gonna have some crazy moves today, but I didn't expect it this early. I thought maybe by New York session we'll see those kind of moves happen. Anyways, so this was where we're projecting for some push down. But here's what happened here. So the market came and used this particular area right here, this order block. Now remember, I've taught you guys about order blocks being touched twice, more than once. So this mitigation here is more like, or should I say, was more like a partial mitigation, right? Because market came in and mitigated with weak, and then the next one we have a mitigation with body, right, which was the one that happened yesterday. Now, this mitigation did something. It did something which was it caused, now on a 4 hour time frame, this mitigation gave a tweezer, right, which is the one of the entry strategies that we use, right? When price drops into sweep liquidity, then immediately goes back into the structure. 50% re-entry, and this was what we had. So yes, it has already happened, meaning that it's very unlikely that price will come back to this zone here because of this kind of structure that we're seeing here, hence the push that we're having now. So the idea was, okay, since this has happened already, we're not going to be waiting for price to come here. We're finding a re-entry around this area to continue. But then again, this is the dollar index, so let's jump to the euro USD first of all. So I've already seen the buyers on the dollar index, how it's plunging up and all of that. So let's check out euro USD, and because that was one of the projections that we had, euro USD. Yeah. So I'm currently on euro USD now. Currently on euro USD now. So euro USD is tanking, right? It's dropping real good. Now, coming back to from what we saw on the dollar index, this is exactly the same thing here, right? Now we've had that sweep, and this is the sweep and the structure back in, right? So yes, we had the tweezer move here. This market pushed up, like this particular candle pushed to the upside, then dropped back into the structure. Hence, the sell happening. So this sell happened all from yesterday, or from midnight rather, but this candle actually appeared yesterday, because I remember seeing this yesterday, but I was now waiting for today, London session, so we can get an entry on it. Now, this was what happened here. So when this whole move happened, let's break it down to 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so this was the 50% area. I drew a line, but market didn't get to the 50%. It dropped from here. So I said, okay, let's wait for another re-entry. Now, all of this has happened here. There is no going back. We've missed, or let me say, I have missed most of these entries here. So what is the next phase? What is the next thing to do? Because we've missed an entry does not mean we cannot still trade. So we now have to look for the next thing to do. Right now we'll have to reanalyze the chart again to start looking for how to get in on the sell, because the momentum has shifted. We now want to start selling massively. This was the sell we're talking about from Sunday class. However, we did not get an entry. So now let us look for how we can re-enter the trade. So let's start from the big time frame, the higher one, which is the daily time frame. Now you can see the massive move on the daily time frame, right? This sell is going to drill some more. Trust me, it's going to drill some. We're probably not going to get anything on this London session. Maybe all the way down to New York. That's where we might start seeing something happening. Okay, so on the daily time frame, it's already plunging down. Now on the 4 hour time frame, we can still see the massive move, right? The massive move happening. Now there is one area of interest here on the 4 hour which the market has violated. This is the same thing I saw on AUD USD that made me call out this buy. I wanted to scalp the buy a little bit, but you can see the volatility is crazy. So market has plunged through it. Now you cannot, this is like catching a falling knife, jumping into the sell now. It's like catching a falling knife. So it's best to let it play out, let it drop. This is going to be the first resistant area we're going to have, right? Because this order block did not get respected. Market did not even flinch around this order block. However, market is coming back to this area right now. So this is another place that you can scalp a trade from, right? But because of the volatility, I think we want to see an MMS on a very much smaller time frame, right? Here. So let's go down to the 2 hour time frame and see. This is 9 a.m. The volatility is crazy, but I can actually get, should I say, a risky trade somewhere around here right now. Take a buy position here around this area with 15 pip stop loss. Just a quick scalp to see if I can get something like this. Push up to this point. Yeah. Now, why am I trying to take this? This is more like I have this liquidity point right here, right? I'm trying to use this order block here and then market reacting to this area. So this is me going to take a quick buy, just trying to scalp in a little bit for some quick profit. If you want to join in, you definitely can. So I'm in a very short buy right now on Euro USD. Yep, so I'm in already on the short buy. Yeah, it's a high risk trade, but yeah, that's what it is, right? Yes, stop loss set. Use proper risk management. Let me just highlight the stop loss just in case anybody wants to join in on this one. Stop loss, the SL is 1.16, 1.1643. Yeah, it's more like a scalp, so you got to be careful. I'm still going to drop like my major setups. I'm just trying to scalp in on this one. I'm still going to drop my major setups. So let's just, all right, so let's proceed. Now, Euro USD, after this whole thing is done here, price react to this area, does what it wants to do, or probably even drop a little bit, no problem. We'll be looking for how to join in on the sell some more. That's the most important thing. This is just a scalp that I want to do, but we'll be looking on how to join the sell majorly. But this should come around the New York session where we're going to see a new area of interest right here, which price has created for us, a new order block, right? This is going to be our new area of interest. So basically, we would want to see, hey, price coming up, creating some kind of liquidity around here before we join in on the sell. All right, so this is how we can catch a continuation on Euro USD. Right. Okay, so let's check out GBP USD. No, before that, let's go to USD CHF. USD CHF. USD CHF. Just a moment. Let me put it up. USD CHF. Okay. So yeah, this is USD CHF. Now, we talked about this on Sunday as well. The momentum, we said, okay, this is the break of structure. This is market dropping down, giving us all of this correction. Now we can see that the impulsive move is starting already. Yeah. So how do we double in on this? Right now, this is what we have, right? So where is our possible reversal point? Market is pushing up already because this is the USD based pair. So yes, it's pushing up. And these are the possible areas where we're going to get our trades from. We've already done the top-down analysis. This is a resistant area where market should definitely react to for a drop, and we want to continue in the buy positions, right? So this is 4-hour time frame. Now, this is the origin of this move. We've had a break of structure, although price have not closed out yet. So we cannot call this a break of structure just yet. This whole thing can reverse all the way down like this. So we are still very much in action, so we cannot just conclude that this is a break of structure. However, it is a very, very sweet potential break of structure about to happen. So this is the origin of all of this move, and you can see that at the origin here, we did sweep liquidity before the push. After all this break of structures, we swept liquidity here on the 4-hour time frame. But then again, I haven't marked this out on the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour, the 2 hours first, then we'll streamline how to get in on the buy. Right? So on the 2-hour time frame, we still have the same thing, right? A very sweet liquidity sweep right here before market plunged up, right? And we have an order block unmitigated still sitting down right here. So that being said, let's come down to the 1 hour where we'll see it a lot clearer. Now from the 1 hour time frame, we have a break of a change of character here. Now we've been having break of structures all the way down here. Market gave a new lower low, which broke structure, right? This is an impulsive move. This is a new lower high, and this lower high also broke a structure here. So we can call this a break of structure as well. And then we can call this a change of character, which confirms that, hey, because this was the high that caused this low. So this is the change of character right here, which confirms that we are now bullish, right? So if we are now bullish, this is going to be a break of structure as well, a BOS. And this is the origin of all the initial move. And right here, we still have FVG present, and we have engineered liquidity present here. So yes, now this is the bigger picture. Now we have a clean break here, but yeah, a clean break here. So this is a structural break. You can call this a structural break right here. So yeah, we are in for it, and what we want to see now is price making its way, because obviously this is another sell area that we want to see price coming to. So if we can catch a sell from here, so if this price slowly move up to this area, then drop, or even if it drops from this area that it is right now, this is going to be the first place market is going to be reacting to. Yeah, so it depends on what we see here. If it creates something like an engineered liquidity around here, we can still get a buy from this zone. If not, this is the place that I will be more comfortable waiting for this market to come to, because of this liquidity and also this order block that was created even from the 4-hour time frame. This will be the best place to join in on the buy, and then we can take it all the way up, because we are very much bullish right now. We're very, very much bullish. So yeah, this is it on USD CHF. And then I have something else again on Euro GBP. Let me show you guys. Euro GBP. Okay, before Euro GBP, let us look at GBP JPY. Yeah, GBP JPY. Please, are you guys still with me? Can you see my chat? If you're still on, please let me know. So Euro US is in profit now. So please, if you're still with me, let me know. If you're still with me, please let me know. All right. All right. All right. So let's proceed. Yeah. So we're on GJ right now. We have something really interesting happening on GJ. Yeah. So from our analysis last week, this is a major area, a major AOI that I'm waiting for price to get to, and we're beginning to see that change happening already. From the daily time frame, we wanted a deeper retracement, right? We've broken structure right here. You can see there's a clean break of structure here. clean break of structure here on the daily time frame. All of this is going to be our correction. So this is our trading zone from this low to this high. Now market, let's jump down to the 4 hour time frame. Now from the 4 hours, this is the internal structure where we're waiting for price to come to. We have FVG over there. We have a bit of liquidity around here. There's so many break of structures. Yeah. And now we had this whole retracement happening. Market dropped down to this point and pushed up again. So now you can see what is happening here. A very, very clean mitigation. Now market took out this high, mitigated this point, even swept liquidity a bit. And you can see the most important thing that I want to see here is the structure that is being created, the current one. You can see how market pushed up and then dropped back into the structure. This particular pattern, you guys will hear me say it a lot, and I've been saying it out a lot, and you guys have been seeing how it's working out a lot. On Euro USD, you saw how it happened. On the dollar index, you saw how it happened. It always plays out really nicely. Right, so I have this push to the upside and market dropping back into the structure, and this is a 4 hour time frame. So depending on how this 4 hour time frame closes, yeah, we are going to now consider a sell down to this area. We already know that we want to we want price to get to this region before we can potentially get a buy, right? But it's kind of like a long swing. However, we can still get some nice sells down here only if we get confirmation. Now the confirmation that we're waiting for is to see that this candle close as either engulfing or a tweezer, which I'm pretty much excited about. If it closes as an engulfing, then we can now find a re-entry. So on the 2 hour, you can see how clean it is, right? There was a sell setup that happened somewhere around here, I think this region right here. Yeah, so if we go down to small time frame, you can even streamline this a lot deeper to much higher. Right, so yeah, on the 2 hours, we see a very clean break of structure here. So let's map it out. There's a break of structure here. Then clone this. I have another break of structure here. So this is a low that created this high, and what do we have now? Market closing below this low. It has not closed completely, but on the 2 hours, it's about to close. So if I have this, in fact, on 1 hour, we've closed below it. So what we're seeing now is market reacting to this area right here, this one. Yeah. So I have that region. If I had seen this earlier, I would have probably scalped this buy as well, because I'm kind of in a scalping mode today. Yeah, I would have probably scalped this buy. So now this is a rejection on this area, this order block. But where is the potential place we'll be waiting for price to come to? This region. So from the 4 hour, depending on how the 4 hour closes, I'm going to mark a line on the 50% of this move, and another one on the open of this order block. So these are the two places here I want to look at on the smaller time frame if I have any significant points to mark, right? So on the 2 hours, the first place, does it make any sense? Yeah, this is going to be like a reverse OB, but I'm not going to take this seriously unless maybe I have a very long push to the downside. Then I can take this one seriously. But for now, this breaker block, I'm not going to take it seriously. Then I drop down to the 1 hour time frame because it's really too close. Yeah, so I'll drop down to again to the 1 hour. I'm still not seeing anything significant. Then on the 30 minutes, yeah, I'm beginning to see something significant on the 30 minutes. There's a breaker block here. So I mark this out, and then I drop down to 15 minutes. Okay, the breaker block still exists. There was a partial mitigation on it. So I think that's the only region that we have a structure. Yeah. So yes, we're going to see how price is going to react going back into the zone or even coming back to the first order block that was created, right? So for GJ, we just want to see how the 4 hour candle is going to close, and then we're going to go back to it. Euro USD is still pushing up really nice. I'm in profit right now. So because this is a very, let me go back to Euro USD. You know, this is like a scalp trade, right? So it's not something that you should not take lightly. Ouch, 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 ouch. There's something I wanted to show you guys, but it has started to move out already. Okay. All right, so let's just proceed. Let's proceed, guys. So GJ, this is the setup that's going to be on GJ. We're going to be looking for sells all through, right? So let's wait and see how this candle is going to close. New York session will probably get more sales entries. So I have another one on Euro GBP. Again, Euro GBP. So this one, I had this one here, right? Euro GBP, this is supposed to be my buy setup. So market did not come here. So this was what I was looking at on Euro GBP. I have this area of interest right here. But before even this area of interest, let's go back to the daily time frame. Let me refresh your mind on it. So on the daily time frame, this was what we had, right? Last week, as a Sunday, we had not gotten to this point yet. This order block was sitting here. We have a break of structure here, which confirms that market is going to continue dropping here with this order block here. But the market was ranging around this point. So we're saying that, okay, we can find a way to join a buy up to this zone right here to mitigate this order block on the daily time frame. So on the 4 hours, what we're seeing is this. So I have this order block right here on the 4 hour. Then drop it down to the 2 hour time frame. No, let's leave it at the 4 hour. It's a lot cleaner there. And then this liquidity point here. But we did not mitigate this one. We're still going to leave this zone here for later, right? So this was what the market used right here, this inner one, right? So this was the liquidity. This is the order block, and this is the push up. Now, why do I have this line here? This is the point where I want market to come react to get a possible sell. Now, did the market react there? Yes, it did. Why? Because of a breaker block here. Because of this breaker block. I should have sent out this as a signal earlier. Because of this breaker block here. So you see how price dipped into it, and now we're seeing the rejection happening. This is another missed one. But the New York session has passed. So let's wait and see. Sorry, the London session is already up and movements are already going crazy. So I don't think we should be getting in on any of this setup now until we're going to wait for a proper mitigations to happen, proper setups to come on. Because now, if you're trying to jump in, if you're not scalping, right? If you're not scalping like quick in and out, you're probably going to get trapped until this whole move. This is like a volatile, like it's like a news kind of movement, right? It's volatile. So you don't want to jump in unless you're just scalping real quick. So we want to wait for the market to rest again, and then we'll see what New York session is going to bring for us. Yeah. So that's that. If you have any pair you want me to look at for you real quick, let's talk about it now. If you have any pair, I will definitely drop my setups when they simmer and when I get them ready for maybe the New York session, or when it just gets prepared, when the food is cooked, right? I'll drop them on the Telegram. For now, if you have any pair you want me to look out, BTC. So let's check out BTC here real quick. Just put it down in the comment section. I'll look at it. Let's check out BTC. So BTC, we did this on Sunday. It's almost at the TP point I projected, but if you're in, you should have gotten out already, because I mean you've made a good amount of profit. It gave 2 re-entries, right? So BTC, this was the first entry. This one here, this was the first entry. So we had the whole idea of BTC from the 4-hour time frame was that we were at a point where we want to see price push up to this order block. Simply put, the market is given break of structure here, right? We have a break of structure here. We have another one right here. another break of structure, then ultimately another break of structure. But before this one, this was what we had before this whole move, right? We were here. So now we just wanted to see after this break of structure, wanted to see price push back like a form of correction into this area before the sell continuation will happen, right? So that was how we came about this whole buy trade. Now the buy, we had to open up to a smaller time frame to look for how we can get in on the buy. That's why I just said, like what I said earlier on those other pairs. Sometimes when the market has moved, you have to find out where you are on the chart first of all. There are always two phases, right? If the market is moving like this, pretty much giving you a high impulsive, or am I on the correction? Apparently on this one you are on the impulsive, so you don't want to buy in an impulsive phase, right? So you want to wait for a correction to happen, so then you get in an entry. So you start looking for possible, you are somewhere around here, you know that okay, I'm in a correction phase. Sorry, I'm in the phase where the impulsive move is about to start. So you'll be looking for how to join in on the buys, right? It's a very simple analogy. So in this case now, yesterday we were on this, we're on the impulsive move, market pushed up, so we're trying to get in on the correction. That was how we came about this setup, this order block right here. Then we had a break of structure. Then this liquidity was engineered. Then price came in. Stop loss was just here. It came really close to SL, but finally pushed out. Then it dished out another re-entry right here because this caused a simple break of structure here. Break of structure, which tells you that okay, we want to keep going up, right? Market wants to keep going bullish. Then it formed this liquidity around your area of interest, which is this order block right here, right? And then price induced into this area of interest and dished out another massive move. So yeah, for BTC now, what we'll be waiting for, because price have still not gotten to, now we're reacting to this order block right here, but there's another one way above. We're reacting to this one. So there's another one right here, which is on the 4-hour time frame. No, not on the 4-hour, I think the 2-hour. Yeah, we have one here on the 2 hours, and then where did I even see that one? Okay, that's the overall order block, which is this daily time frame order block. So we still expect a little bit of a push before we start looking for sales, right? That's why I have this zone right here. So right now, okay, this is it right here on the 4-hour time frame. We have another one here. So the possibility of price still pushing up is still very strong. Yeah, still very strong. So anywhere from these areas, we'll start looking for how to join possible sales. But for now, you just want to see price keep pushing up. So if you can, if you want, you now want to join the move again. What you want to do is to go to a much smaller time frame. You see how the market is reacting at this point. Where do you think is the next possible place for market to react to? This, the 50% move right here, which is this order block. But before price dips into this order block, for it to get a more high confirmation, you want to see price react like this, give you some deeper liquidity, right? Let it not just come straight into it, because if it just comes really straight into it, this one could be the next one, right? So you can use this one as liquidity. So you want to see a bit of what engineered liquidity before you can tap in on this buy, because the market is like at this particular stage, the market is trending up, right? It's a bullish market at this particular stage. So yeah, the momentum is still high to the upside. Good morning, sir. Please, the woman, just reach out to the office. September badge, reach out to the office. I think it's on 8. September badge is starting by 8. So just reach out to the office. They would give you the details. All right. So I think this is pretty much it. Any pair you would like me to look out for before we end the class? Oh, my USD have dropped back in again. All right. So if there is no any other pair or anything, I think okay, gold. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. We didn't talk about gold. Let me quickly open up gold and check. Yeah, something interesting is happening on gold actually. I'm seeing a possible sell setup that we might have. Yeah, yeah. So let's check it out. Okay, where are you, gold? Okay, here we are. So this is where we are on gold. Oh wow, this is what gold is reacting to. Okay, so let's get back to the 4 hour time frame. Gold has been really, really bullish. Yeah, really bullish. So now on a higher time frame, we've broken out of that structure, right? Out of this what you call it again? This massive range that we've been having. So finally having a breakout. As everyone knew that this breakout was bound to happen here. Now market has given, like I said, where you always ask yourself the question, where am I on the chart? Now on the daily time frame, obviously, let me clean out all of this first. This is a nice impulsive move, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, breaking above all of this. So you can tell that this is not just a regular um, breakout. This is not like a sweep, a manipulation. This is the clean a breakout. So you're waiting for break and a retest kind of thing. So here we have created a nice impulsive move. So after this impulsive move, we want to see a correction happening. All right. So this is very dicey place to catch a correction because when gold start moving in this manner, to catch good entries are really difficult because it doesn't even give you deep retracement or anything. It just gives a very shallow retracement and moves, shallow retracement and usually moves. But using this candle sweep strategy, we can actually get an entry here. As you can see on the 4 hour, this is what is playing out. Now, on the 4 hour, we have this nice bullish candle, and then the next one is coming back into the structure, but it has not closed yet. So the close of this candle is going to tell us that, okay, we can get a possible sell during the New York session, right? So what we want to see is this candle closing inside the structure as an engulfing or a tweezer. Then, because this is gold, we can now look for entries on a much smaller time frame for a sell, right? For a sell, maybe back down to the zone. The first zone we'll be looking at is this one right here. Then even talking about this, but I doubt if we're going to see price dropping down to this point right now. But if we have this nice candle here, it means that there's a possibility the price might drop here, but you can't tell for gold, right? All of this is not things you can control. What you can control is your risk, how you enter the trade, and how you risk or manage your trade. Now we're having another, ah god, this is a nice one too. A nice one, right? A nice quick buy, but you can't jump on it now. It has already, moved out. God, I've missed a lot of setups this morning. Okay, so this is it. This is where market came to react to. We have this break of structure here. This break of structure. Right, so price is currently getting to the upside now. So how do we join this sell? Let's go back to the 4 hours and see. Should this close as an engulfing? We're looking at 50% move first of all, which is somewhere around here. Right, so now I'm going to go back on the smaller time frames and look if I have any inner structure that corroborates the 50% move. On 1 hour, which is the place that I like to take my sells, there's really nothing. So this is the only order block here from the origin. Now, what does this look like on the 4 hour time frame? Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. So I come back down to 30 minutes. This is still the only place. 15 minutes. This is still the only place. So this is the only place we're going to make use of for the sell. I'm going to take this out. Yeah. So this is the area we're going to look out for price coming to for a sell continuation. Still, this is something you're going to wait for confirmation, even if, right, you just have to still wait for confirmation, because now we want to sell against the trend. We want to see how we can join the sell setup, but it's going to be dicey. So this is not something you use pending orders for at this time, because you are trading against the trend. So let's wait for more confirmation at this area. But if you were able to get in on this buy, this would have been a really, really nice move. Market is already giving us close to 80 pips, close to 90 pip from this area right here. This is a very sweet one. Okay, let's see what New York session holds. Then USD JPY quickly. USD JPY. Okay, so Euro USD is back in profit again. It dipped down a little bit, but we're back in profit. So let's check. Let's take USD JPY. Should we get a nice engulfing on this, we'll be able to hold a little longer. Let me see. Yeah, because it's about to form a sweep. Euro US is about to form a sweep and like a candle sweep pattern, right? If that should happen, then I could just break even and hold a little longer. And then just manage the trade. Okay, so USD JPY. Oh, wow. So in line with what the dollar index is doing, USD JPY is a USD based pair, right? That is our base currency is on USD, so we're expecting more bullish momentum, right? So all that is happening right now is just a retracement. That is why we're able to catch that sell on the buy on Euro USD. Now on the 4-hour time frame, we have seen the reaction from this point right here, from this point, right? That's what is causing this drop. And then guess what? We have this breaker block here. That is more reason why my Euro USD may not hold for so long. Okay, we're still in profit. Okay, so let's break this down. This is market will definitely react to this area. It can still break it down and drop some more, but it will definitely react there. So let's see. Let's drop some more. Wow, the drop is crazy. The drop is crazy. Well, thank God we are currently in one of it, which is Euro USD. But Euro USD is not the pair that I really like that because of the way it moves, the low peep count, but it's still dishing out profit at the end of the day. Oh, sorry. All right, so this is 1 hour time frame. You can see it dropping. Where am I supposed to be at? Sorry. Okay, I'm supposed to be here. Okay, so 1 hour time frame, we see the drop. Now, this is the area I said that we will see some reactions. But if the momentum is still strong, we can break this. So where do we think we're going to get our buy continuation from? Let's drop down a little more. Yeah, this is the area, first of all, right? A buy continuation from here. However, this zone is not looking like a very clean zone, this one right here, unless it push up, drop again, but it's not looking like a clean zone. So ultimately, this lower area from the origin is where I'm seeing our buy continuation from. Reason being that we have an order block here. Also, this is a structure. This place holds a very nice structure where we have this strong resistant area. That's exactly where the market broke out from. all of this. So if we can find a way and see price drop, it can use this for a potential push. Then use this order block and probably even drop. So if we can find price going slowly back to this area here, we can get a long from this area. Yeah, but this is the first area we're going to be reacting to because of a breaker block and then another order block inside it. So I'm not going to be very particular about this. I'm just going to wait and see what price does in this area, and then I would prefer price to drop all the way back down here for a buy continuation on Euro JPY. Yeah, a buy continuation on Euro JPY. So I think this is pretty much what I have here. All right, so this is basically it for now. So if you are on the Euro USD with me, just manage your trade properly. Once this 15-minute candle closes with an engulfing like this, or the 1 hour closes like this, and give us some more push, you can push your stop loss a bit higher and just manage the trade properly. Push your stop loss higher because we're trading um, a dangerous path here. This is not a clean buy setup, so it's just like something we're jumping in and out. So you have to be very mindful. You have to follow it up. This is not set and forget. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for your time. When I have the setups prepared, I will drop them in the Telegram with the coordinates so you can set your pending orders properly. If it's a market execution, I'll also drop it in the group just like that. All right. So see you guys next time. Bye for now.